Hi, lollies. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Belinda's channel. Thank you for all the love and support. Don't forget to please subscribe to this channel, turn on notifications so that anytime I upload videos, you'll be the first person to be notified. To my returning subscribers, to those people that share my videos, leave commentaries, and also educate each and every one of ours. You guys are the real MVP. So
Always, I came across this video on my For You and I thought to share. Like people are reacting to the fact that there is a pan-colored woman here on a social platform who actually was very racist to a child of her about 5 years, and upon being so racist on her, she is actually profiting and cashing out. This actually got a lot of people reacting, and I was able to put up some of those stitches because what these people are doing is just so unfair. I'm just going to roll the clip as well as some of other stitches I was able to put together. Please leave me your own thought in the comment section.
Minnesota, what happened? I just want to update you about an incident that happened in Minnesota, Rochester to be exact. There was an incident, blatant incident of racism. And of all people, it's against a child, especially a child on the spectrum for autism. Unfortunately, or fortunately, if you will, this incident was caught on tape. I'm sure a lot of those things happen, especially in Trump time, right? A lot of people who would be hiding now feel empowered, unfortunately. So a woman by the name of Shiloh Hendricks, who was caught on live video, was calling a child, an autistic child, whom she allegedly says stolen or took toys from her son or her child. A 5-year-old child, mind you, right? And that's what she's alleging. We don't even know whether that's true. But regardless whether that's true or not, it doesn't justify calling a child, or anybody for that matter, the N-word. Well, not only did she do that, but when she was confronted by a passerby or someone who was in the area and actually asked her, why are you calling her? She basically said the same thing. She didn't deny. She didn't say, I never called him anything. She just said, well, I'm calling him basically because he took my son's or my child's toy. Now, mind you, he actually got angry, irritated, as anybody would. And he said, if you've got the guts to say that to my face, basically. And she repeated it, and it was caught on tape. You can look it up. Right? Her name is Shiloh Hendricks. She's all over the media, everywhere. But that's not really that's not where it ends. That happened, bad enough, right? The Rochester community rattled, but that's not the end of it. She actually goes as a victim, right? Playing a victim. She goes online. She goes to this place called, it's kind of like a GoFundMe, like a supposedly be Christian-based GoFundMe-like platform. And she just goes on and on about how she was the victim, how she was exposed, how her information is out there, how she doesn't feel safe anymore, how she needs to relocate her family. Mind you, the same aggressive woman who was so shameless, so brazen that she attacked basically and was calling a child, an autistic child, names, now she's suddenly the victim. And in normal world, in normal circumstances, in an ideal world, that would have been crazy, if not laughable. But now, not now. She actually is raising money, a lot of it. She set a goal of $1 million. In a couple of days, she already is halfway. As you can see from the screen, already raised over $500,000. Based on what? Hate. How do I know? Just go ahead and look at I'm actually going to put the link with this video. Go and check the comments or the people who are donating, who are commenting at the same time. They go by names like Nate Figures. You know what that means. Names like, basically they're calling Africans or blacks monkeys. They're saying things that are so horrible that nobody can repeat them. But here they are, and they're not hiding. And some of these donations are, by the way, big, like $2,000 or more. And based on what? She's not a victim. She's the aggressor. She's the one. I mean, I would think, even if people are hateful, they would at least know the limits, like, okay, these are children. These are children. Everybody should, in theory, even hater people, like, should be feeling some kind of empathy towards children. But no, they are supporting her. And in their minds, she, an adult, someone despicable, who's basically a hater, she is the victim. That's the world we live in. That is Trump's America. Whether you like it or not, you're going to talk about these things because they're going to happen. They're going to repeat themselves. They are all over the place. And the only way we can know these things is when we record them. Because I would say 99.9% of them are not getting recorded. Therefore, we are never hearing about it, but the victims are there. So when you hear people talking about these issues, when you hear people complaining about these issues, don't dismiss it. Because what we're recording is so much. Just the other day, ex-husband of Marjorie Taylor Greene, she's a congresswoman. He was saying similar things against Muslim women. And here we are, black child in Rochester, Minnesota, right, is being called the N-word. That's America in 2025. And I would like to be reporting something much better about Minnesota, especially. That's a state that I actually enjoy and I like, and I frequently visit, as you can see from my the shirt I'm rocking today. I would like to, I was in Rochester not long ago, like less than a month ago. Assalamu alaikum. This is Ismail Abu Zaid.
In light of the woman who called the 5-year-old child the N-word and raised $250,000, I want to tell you about deep-rooted racism and someone I used to speak to who had this deep-rooted racism. 5 years ago, I was a lot more open-minded for why somebody would want Trump in office. I didn't think they were a bad person. I figured they probably have their reasons and their beliefs as to why they think he's the best candidate. So I had a friend who was a Trump supporter. One day he shows me a video of a white guy calling a black woman the N-word multiple times. He goes, "Have you seen this video?" I said, "No, I haven't. This is horrible." He said, "Yeah, but he shouldn't have lost his job over it." I said, "Why would you say something like that? This was horrible. He should have lost his job. This is inappropriate." And he was working while he did it. He's like, "Yeah, but we all make mistakes. And to tell you the truth, be honest, everybody says slurs when nobody's around. I don't. So the odds of you getting me on camera calling someone racial slurs is never going to happen because I don't do it in private. It's not a natural response for me." This situation that reminded me of that guy taught me a lot about deep-rooted racism in white America. They're brought up, their families are like this, their friends are like this. This is normal behavior to them. This hate, violence, and hostility they've been painting other people as having, or other cultures as having, is their culture. And I want to reiterate, this is racist white culture, but it's so abundant that it's the norm for way too many people. To the point, they just raised $250,000 for the woman that called a 5-year-old the N-word. They feel sympathy for her because they relate to her. They're like this. This racist culture will only continue in family households that teach things to their kids like she's teaching to her kids. And they all support it together. They're keeping it alive. These racist people will violate your space. You respond by defending yourself, and they call you violent because you won't take their mess. And it makes them angry. These are households with no accountability and want to face no consequences for anything they do. So when they say you have a victim mentality, they're talking about themselves. They've been doing it for years. The victim mentality just raised $250,000 for calling a 5-year-old the N-word with autism, by the way, and saying that's what he is in front of her children. The crazy part, I just made a video 2 days ago titled "All Black People Can Relate to This Video" about being black in America and trying to discern what's racist and what's not because they're so nice about their racism. This is normal to them. And I read your comment, and some white people were in the comments. And thank you for your comments, because they were saying when I was younger, I took a few college classes and I learned about my deep-rooted racism and I had no idea I was doing it. This is an upbringing thing. This is racist white culture. And those that choose to keep it, choose to keep it. And those that fight against it, oh, we love y'all. Racism's so stupid, it's been stupid. I've never been taught it. I've never been taught it. It's only happened to me. I was a kid trying to gain racist white approval because that's the only way to be treated the same as everybody else in America. And it's not the same. It's still not the same. Didn't say white approval. I said racist white approval, which taught me to hate myself because racist whites hate anything of color. And at that moment in time, they really hated black people. I couldn't tell you why. Everything they're mad at, they did. Every single thing they did. No accountability for the consequences of their actions. Racist white households. Now we're removing critical race theory, which teaches things like what I'm telling you right now. We're removing African studies classes, which teaches things like what I'm telling you right now, because it's important for us to move forward, dismantle it, and get rid of it. And it came back with one person, and it's stronger. It's $250,000 worth of donation stronger. Hating a 5-year-old is beyond me. But I figured this video might bring some clarity for y'all as to how and why all this has occurred. So, to my fellow white people, if you see this in your family, for the sake of the future humanity and a better country and future for everybody, tell them they're wrong and call them out. Because that is where all of this is beginning, in racist white households. It's all they know. This is just what this is their, because no one tells them otherwise in their racist white upbringing. And when they do wrong, they get $250,000 saying you were right, and we reconfirm it all. Y'all know what to do.
Hey, I need y'all to understand that this app is no longer the place it used to be. I've seen so much racism on this app, more than I've ever seen, that it's crazy. It's a shame that things that we love turn into the things that harm us. So there was a fundraiser for the white woman that called a little autistic child the N-word, and she has like over 400,000. She's raised over $400,000 in funds from GoFundMe, right? But I wanted to do some like house cleaning, boundary setting stuff. For those of you who follow me, who support me, who like my content, please do not respond to racist comments. We don't do that here. Responding to racists emboldens them. Racism is not logical. Racism is nonsensical. It doesn't make sense. I don't respond to racism, and I expect those who follow me, who support me, I expect you not to respond to it either. It does nothing for the community. It actually does us a great disservice to respond to racism. That is blatantly nonsensical, like all racism is. You cannot respond to racism with logic. You cannot respond to racism with education. You cannot respond to racism with good sense, right? I was watching an exchange between a racist and a black woman just recently under one of a creator, and the racist just got more and more and more evil, more sinister. They don't change. They don't learn new things. They're not interested in changing their minds because they are so deep in their hate. That's not something that can be changed with words. These people need shock therapy. In general, I think black people need to have more boundaries when it comes to things like racism. We need harder boundaries when it comes to racism, and that we will not have a discourse with people who are being blatantly racist and blatantly prejudiced. I know it's hard, it's real hard, but just block and move on. Block and move on, okay? Setting clear boundaries against something is so good for your mental health. If you haven't done it, you should start. When I stopped responding to racism, when I stopped responding to racists, my mental health went through the roof. I'm healthy, I'm happy, I have joy in my life. I've been resting. Have boundaries, strict ones. If you do come across racism in your comment section or anywhere on the internet, block. And if you're able to, if you can, find out where these people work. Find out where these people live. I'm not encouraging doxing, but if a person works with the general public and they are being blatantly racist online, what do you think they're doing offline? Yeah. Anyway, that's it. I will be moving to YouTube very soon. I have to get away from this app. It is X. This app is X. This app is Facebook. This app is all of the apps that we were trying to get away from. That's what this app has now become. Stay vigilant, folks. Yeah.
The fact that Give, Send, Go is allowing people to be racist on their profile and raise almost $200,000 for a woman who called a 5-year-old autistic little boy the N-word is insane to me. As you can see, she raised around $300,000 in a total of one day after calling a 5-year-old child the N-word and accusing him of going into her purse and taking one of her son's squeezable fruit snacks. These are a little bit of the remarks made on the donations. There was a $1,776 donation from an anonymous giver saying, "Thank you for noticing the content of his character." There was another one for $1,500 that says, "If people don't stand up for each other, no one will stand up for us. They gave $500,000 to Austin Metcalf's killer. Let's protect a woman who stood up to Somalian Stretch out your hand from y'all." And then this one right here, $650 from Elijah Schaefer saying, "Sending my personal support. We are all fatigued and know that rather than changing their behavior, minorities insist on trying to police our words. I expect nothing less than animal behavior for the..." And like I said, Give, Send, Go, you need to monitor who is able to use your platform.
I seriously love this. This thing is actually getting out of hand. I actually posted a video here about this pan-colored woman. That's about 2 days ago, where this woman, after displaying everything that she has to display, she actually had a comeback with a child of 5 years old. She goes as far as to call this child the N-word and all of that. And after everything that she did, with how rude she was, with how arrogant she was, she decided that she was going to go and create a GoFundMe account to ask people for donation, because she feels for her safety. She feels that, oh my God, come and help me. Come and rescue me. Like, I don't get it, love this. These people are just showing the kind of person that they are. It's as if they were hiding behind their shadow before, or maybe behind their cameras. But right now, they are all out in the surface to show the kind of person that they are. Like, seriously. The worst part of this thing is the commentaries. Oh my God. You have to see the kind of comments that the people donating this money to her is leaving. Some of them even say that, oh, yeah, it's high time these people go back to their third world country. Oh, it's high time these people know their place in this place. Oh, these people, you are the best mother of the year. And they are all donating huge amount of money to this woman. Like, are you serious right now? And the fact is that people are trying to, tell the organization that was in charge of the donation, trying to tell them the kind of thing that she has done. They were like, they didn't see any form of violation in it. Like, that they don't care. They're going to actually give, like, these people are just busy promoting this. And when people that looks like me say some type of thing on the social platform, this is when you will see the system reacting. But look at this woman. with her full chest. And she is even all busy showing her kids, showing herself. You know, nobody exposed her kids. She is the one doing that herself because she's making means with that, almost going to $1 million. Like, just like that. And this 5-year-old, like, is just going to live with it. He's just going to live with the fact that somebody, you know, and this person is still reaping from it. This person is still reaping positively from what they have inflicted. And the thing is that people are not even seeing things from another angle, the people donating to her. I know that these folks, some of these folks are realists, but I never knew that it will go to a stage whereby a 5-year-old is involved and they still do not care. A 5-year-old is involved and they still do not care about it. You know? It's just so, it's such a pity. It's such a pity that this is the kind of environment and society we find ourselves like, where the way at which you look, the color of your skin defines the way at which you have been treated. Let's just turn the table around and assume that, this black kid was with his toy, and the white kid decided to come play with the toy. Another day, the mother to that black kid wouldn't use any sort of harsh word. She might probably say that, oh, you can share. That is love in sharing. But when it's people that looks like me, oh, these people that want to come steal from us. But they have been the ones stealing from ages. This is the reason why Burkina Faso's president is is buckling up. Anyway, lovelies, wanna just leave me your own thought in the comment section of what you think of this video. Please subscribe to this channel if you're yet to do that. Like, and I will see you lovelies when I upload the next one.
Thought in the comment section of what you think of this video. And please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. We are just here for educational and informative purposes. So if you've not subscribed to this channel, do your girl a huge favor to click on the subscription button, like, and I will see you lovelies when I upload the next one.